Okay, an important aspect of managing your tenant users is that you have to ensure that you have a secure environment. Depends on, of course, how strict your policies are, but most people want things to be secure, and they're used to the kind of password settings that Windows requires when you create a password. You can emulate that using the tenant dashboard and group policy settings. So I'm going to go into the group policy settings for this tenant. We'll go to account and login, and then we'll go to password policy. Now the defaults for this are not very difficult. Of course, the objective is to make this essentially easy so that your users have a pain-free experience when they're using the web portal. But if you want to make this a little more like a Windows security policy for passwords, you can go into this section and choose Enforce Password Policy for non-AD users. Of course, AD users are being imported from an Active Directory, and they're already required to use a similar policy. So we want to maybe enforce it for users that were not added through AD, like native users. So I'm going to go ahead and enable that. And just so you can see the requirements, it has to be 8 characters. User must change password every n days. It's set to 0 for now, but you can force them to change their password like once a month or whatever you'd like. Must contain an uppercase characters, must contain lowercase characters, must contain base 10 digits, 0 through 9, and must contain non-alphanumeric characters. So this is what you're used to. I'm going to go ahead and enable that. And now I'm going to go back to my tenant dashboard, and I'm going to create a new user. So we'll add a new user. Going to make this a native user. We'll call this new Acme user, and new Acme user and we'll leave that to the default. I'll hit continue. Let the system generate a password. User must change the password next logon. Send welcome email after the user is created. I'm going to leave all those to the defaults. We'll hit continue. Now I want to give them access to our team folders. Commit. And that user has been created. So we've got our new Acme user. And if we go and check their email, we could see they've gotten a welcome message, and that message includes their name and their password. So I'm going to select this. It also shows them how to log in. So we'll put in their name, their password. Now, as I mentioned, they would have to, according to the settings, they'll have to change it the first time they log in. So I'm intentionally not creating a proper password so we could see what happens here. Submit. It says password must be 8 characters and have base 10 digits. So I'm obviously I'm not meeting the. I've gotten the 8 characters. I've gotten the 10 digits. Okay, so now it's telling me I have to have a non-alphanumeric character. So it's being very strict about this. Go ahead and hit submit, and there it is. Okay, so I've set up my password. I'm following the rules, and now I can access my team folders, etc. So that's how you take advantage of the password policy when you set it to enforce password policy for non-AD users. So I hope that was useful for you, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thank you.